Hello and welcome to Converge 2020. Converge 2020 is the biggest celebration of digital art and innovation in Zimbabwe, showcasing the best in animation, augmented reality, comic art, gaming, virtual reality, visual effects, film, digital media, you name it, all across the country. This is the 6th edition of our annual event, and it's all happening online. My name is Bill Masuku. I'll be your host for a few sessions. I'm a comic book artist and writer, author of the Misfortunism series. And today we have a very, very special talent, Tanya Njerere. She is a fast-growing, innovative digital creator who does very many, many things. A human Swiss Army knife of talents between animation, design, creation. I could go on and on and on. I've got her CV up here on the screen. But rather than me guessing her up, I would like her to introduce herself. Tanya, take it away.
Hi, Tanya Njerere here. It's a pleasure to be here. What can I say? I'm happy to be here. I'm an artist and illustrator in the making, animator in the making. I'm going through the best time of my life right now. I'm happy to be here once again. Yeah.
The best time of your life? That's the most exciting thing I've heard all year. So let's not waste any more time. I've got lots of questions to ask you. One of which is, what's your experience as an African female digital creative, in a male-dominated industry? And what are the challenges and opportunities that are available to you?
All right. Okay. Thank you for the question. I just want to acknowledge the women who are in the industry. I appreciate their love for the industry. I appreciate their willingness to educate, to inspire, to encourage. I really love that. And through that, I've actually been encouraged myself. I've seen the likes of Satinandoi and Tawa Take and the likes. They have really inspired me. And I have been mentored by a handful of people who I feel like are amazing women in the industry as well. With that, I feel like there's amazing work that's being done by the women in the industry. At the same time, I feel like the only challenge is that we find like certain fields like digital art, comic book art, and the likes where we don't have as many women. And I just feel like if we are able to, I guess, kind of inspire more women to be a part of it, to join, it'll be a really thrilling experience to get their own perspective on the whole thing and to see their thought process and all that. That's about it, yeah.
Sorry, something just came up. I'm listening to what you said. And definitely inspiring the next generation is important. But what inspired you to enter this space?
Well, for the longest time, actually, I've always wanted to do digital art. And as I was reading about it, I learned that there were other things involved as well, like illustration, animation, and like, so the curiosity just got spiked in me. And me being the person that I love learning. And there's no way I could like progress to that without learning these other things as well. So I saw others doing it. I was like, okay, let me try it. Let's see if I can.
That's dope. Yeah, no, that's dope. Do you have any words of encouragement to anybody who may have the curiosity, who has a tenacity for learning, but just doesn't know where to start?
I would say, I would say definitely go out there, literally go out there, leave your house. Go out there. If there's an exhibition, go to exhibitions. If there's a convention like Comexposed, go there. Talk to people. That's where you start. That's how you meet people. You see what they're doing. Definitely. Go outside.
that's the main message. Go outside and wear a mask. Yeah, definitely. I think networking is key. Yeah. So I think that bundles into the next thing that I want to ask you. So just looking again at this massive CV that you have, It says that you had a really great encounter with the DigiPoems project by the British Council. Tell us what that was like.
Oh, that was definitely a learning experience. That the animation that I produced was my very first animation. So everything that was put into that was definitely a learning experience. It was new to me, and at the same time, it was thrilling, definitely thrilling, working with other artists, working with poets, gaining that appreciation for poetry even more. I loved everything about it.
Okay, definitely. A lot of the time, people confuse jargon. Sometimes they say cartoon when they mean illustration, and sometimes they'll say, illustration when they mean sketch, which takes away from how much hard work goes into each of these things, right? Definitely one of the most taxing things is animation. It being your first animation, what can you tell us about the pipeline from start to finish? Were there any big hurdles, setbacks? How did you overcome them? And just, what did you learn at like a spiritual level?
Okay, thank you for that. I will start off with like probably the more technical things like timing and making the animations actually flow like with anticipation and smearing and the likes. Like those are the technical terms of animation. So like I said, it was the first time, and I had to learn that in the space of like a month or two, so that we could actually get the video out. And then there was also one major issue that I definitely faced, which was along the way, I lost all my progress and then I had to start again. So you can imagine the frustration with that. I just powered through, maintained that positivity, and we managed to actually get the video out.
Wow, 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 wow. How long would you say the video was when it was
It was,
done being made?
I would say what, was it almost 3 minutes, if I'm not mistaken?
Almost 3 minutes.
Yeah.
For those who aren't aware, it takes about 20 frames of illustration for 1 second of animation. So you can imagine how much time and effort went into every single second, half second, millisecond, all created by one person. It's a difficult task. So well done for getting that out there, even with the setbacks, especially with the setbacks, and producing such quality content that you're highlighted and featured in, journals like the Wada Creative. So I guess that just ties into my next question. What was your experience being featured in the Muse magazine by Wada Collective? Tell us, tell us, tell us.
All right. Well, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was nerve-wracking to a certain extent because, like I said, I love learning. I learned through different art forms over the years. So trying to pick what you feel is right, what people want me to see, what they need to know about, was my biggest challenge, I guess, with that. But otherwise, it was thrilling working with the magazine that covers different spectrums of art, and I really love that about them. And also that issue, they were focusing on women in art, in the different fields that we're in. So it was also really amazing to work with, well, to be featured alongside Tatienda as well, because she inspires me a lot. And she was part of that issue, and there were other women who I thought their work was amazing. Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. I think in general, because digital arts is such an emerging field, right? Um, Unlike other industries, say sports, or even technology, you have journalists that are specific to those fields. You have sports journalists, you have tech journalists that come in and say this is revolutionary, blah blah blah. But just in general, there's a lack of awareness and media coverage for the things that we do, the things that you've done, everything that you've listed. And yes, we're very proud that you were able to be featured in these magazines and on these platforms. But in terms of your self promotion, self visibility on social media, what would you say has been your experience in terms of trying to promote yourself in amongst all the noise of what's happening in the world?
Okay. So what I feel like was a great opportunity for me when I got into the industry officially was that for me to complete my degree, I had to have an exhibition. So I had that last year, and I was connected to a whole lot of artists, art enthusiasts, and the likes, even ambassadors came. And I actually got my work out there, and they saw it, they loved it, and they wanted to work with me. And also Comexposed gave me a platform to exhibit as well. So I connected with more people, and I think there was just a great awareness. I loved that, connecting with people, creating that awareness for my art, letting them know that I am here. This is what I do. Yeah, that was me.
Wow. Ambassadors. Oh, what a flex. Um, I mean, so ambassadors, angel donors, the British Council, so on and so forth, all these bodies that do want to support you, these bodies that do want to see your success, the success of women in this space, the success of, Black people in this space, Africans in this space. I think my final question would be that the British Council and all these other bodies regularly support the arts industry. And while these are great opportunities, the reality is that for a majority of the year, a fair number of creatives just struggle to ends meet. It's hard. And donor money can only get you from project to project. It doesn't get you from year to year. So in your experience, what are the best practices to make your art sustainable outside of someone swooping in and just dumping money on you?
Okay. Just three things that I feel like are really important in that regard. I feel like these are like the preliminary stages, which are the first one, networking. We talked about this. Network is key because you never know who's going to help you, who you're going to collaborate with, who's going to get you to your next level. That is really important. I've actually met a lot of artists who are not too keen on interacting with people. They're introverted, they don't like going out and all that. So I'm always telling them, go out, talk to people. You never know what could come of it. And it's usually for the best. If it's not, it's a learning experience. And then second of all, research. Always do your research on what you want to do, where you want to go, what costs you need to incur, how to manage your money. It's not just focusing on your field alone, but anything that surrounds it so that you're not found wanting. Definitely does that. And third of all, passion. Have that passion, have that drive, have that fuel so that if you hit a wall, you're like, you know what? It's a wall, but I will break this wall and push through. So definitely you need that fuel, because if you don't have that, you'll be part of the 19 out of 20 people that quit, and you don't want to be that. I don't want anyone to be that. So please have that passion.
Wow. Networking, research, and ambition. Thank you so much for your insight and your time. Thank you so much for coming through. I know you have a very busy schedule, being a revolutionary and an innovator and all these things, meeting ambassadors. We see you. Again, thank you for your time. This has been Tanya Njerere. Thank you for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop down a comment below if you have any questions for Tanya or Comexposed. We would love to hear your thoughts and your insight into the conversation we've just had. Hit that subscribe button. Please hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our posts, and we'll catch you next time. Again, Tanya, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.